Dictionaries are ordered. We went over that. They're also changeable. They don't have duplicates. So for example, we can't have like two of the same key values. And similar to other data structures, we can use the len function to find the length of the dictionary, which basically is how many key value pairs there are. And here, the values in dictionary items can be of any data type. And let's see. When we're constructing a data or a dictionary, you can either do it like this, where we use the curly brackets and we list out the key value pairs, or you can also use the dict constructor, and they do the same exact thing. And that's it for dictionaries. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, so that's it for dictionaries. I'm going to move on to the next one. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to solve last problem from yesterday's problem set. So let me here, problem 6. Write a program to count the number of vowels A, E, I, O, U in a given string. Okay. So in order to do this, um, so we have our, wait, let me copy and paste. So this is the problem 6. Write a program to count the number of vowels, okay? So to solve this problem, we're first gonna have a string consisting of the vowels that they want us to check for. So I'm gonna say vowels equals A, E, I, O, U. And we're also gonna create a variable called string, and we're gonna make sure to prompt our user to enter a string so that we can check how many vowels there are. So enter a random string. Okay, so whatever string they give us, we're gonna check for vowels. And now I'm gonna use each character in the string. So yesterday, if you might recall that used the range, we can also do that for here. But an easier way to do that is for char in string. And what this does is this just automatically makes the for loop iterate through each character of the string that they give you. So we don't have to use the range function, but you can. but this is just an easier way because strings, you can iterate through strings using for loops. And now for char and string, we can check, yeah, we also need a variable that keeps track of the number of times vowels appears in the string. So here, in the for loop, we can do if the character that we're iterating through is in vowels, which checks whether the character is either one of these 5 vowels. If this is true, then we're going to do count plus equals 1, which increases this count by 1 every time this is true. And then we can just do print count, and we should get the correct answer. Test this out. So let's say Python. I'm just going to use the terminal to run this. So I'm going to use the string Python is awesome. And we get the output 6 here. Just to make sure, I'm going to count how many vowels there are. So there's 1. Oh, wait, I'm going to zoom in. Zooming in isn't working. Okay, I'm just gonna continue. I'll figure this out later. So there's O, there's an I, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, this is how you solve number 6. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen again so that you guys can see it. I made my text bigger. Okay, so you go. So this is the code that we get for problem number 6. So I'm just gonna go through it again, just in case people weren't able to see it. So first we create a string called vowels, and this contains all the vowels that we're gonna check for in the string. Next, we have a variable called string. Here we prompt the user to enter a random string, and we store it in the variable string. We also create a variable called count, and we set it equal to 0, and here we're gonna keep track of the number of vowels that we get. Next, we're gonna use a for loop. Strings, we are iterative, or I'm not sure if that's the right word, but we can iterate through strings using for loops. So we don't need to use the range function. So we can just say for char in string, and this is automatically going to go through the string that's given, character by character. And we check here using the if statement. If the character is in this string, then it must be one of the 5 vowels. And in that case, we're going to increase the count by 1. So every time we see a vowel in the string, we're going to increase the count by 1. And after we're done with everything, we're going to print the count. And here in the terminal, I checked to see if this string, Python is awesome, outputted the correct number of vowels, and it did. And it outputted the number 6. So that's how you do number 6 of yesterday's problem set. Now I'm going to go over these 12 problems. And this problem set goes over data types and structures. So problem number 1. Starting from this problem, I'm going to give you guys time to code your own solution, and then I'm going to go over the problem. So the problem number 1, write Python code that returns the sum of the integers 7 and the integer 3. I'm going to give you guys three minutes, and we're going to see if you guys are finished. Yeah, I'll zoom in. It's good. Okay, so 30 minutes have passed. I'm gonna code the solution to this problem. Okay, so problem number 1. I'm just gonna copy and paste it. Okay, so what we're gonna do here for this problem is it's relatively simple. We're gonna create a variable called a that stores the integer 7. Create another variable called b. We're gonna set it equal to 3. And they want us to write a code that returns the sum of these two numbers. So we can do print a plus b. And that should output the correct answer, which should be 10. And we get 10 in the terminal. So that's how to do number 1. We're going to move on to number 2. Before we do that, does anyone have any questions for this problem? Okay. We're going to move on to problem number 2. Write Python code that rounds the given real number 3.1415 to 2 decimal places. I'll also give this one 3 minutes. Minutes have passed. So I'm going to read the problem again. Write Python code that rounds the given real number 3.1415 to 2 decimal places. So what we're going to do first is we're going to create the variable to store the real number 3.1415. And since the value is called pi, I'm just going to call the variable pi. And next, we want to print this variable such that only 3.14 is shown. So the way we do that is, I'm not sure if you guys have learned this, but Sorry, I'm gonna have to check this one again. So, there is apparently an easier way to do this. So, this is one way to do it, but another way to do it, there's an easier way. You can use the round method. Value which we're going to round. And the second parameter is going to tell us, tell round to how many decimal places we want the real number to be shown up to. So in this case, since we want only the first two decimal places to be shown or to be printed, we're gonna uh, we're gonna input, we're gonna tell, we're gonna write 2 here, and if we run the code, we should get the same answer. But the difference between these two methods is that this one rounds. So for example, if we had 3.147, we had this value as a real number. This one would print 3.14, but this one would print 3.15. Oh, I guess not. I guess both of them actually round both values to the second decimal place. The same goes for this first one. The 2 indicates that we're going to round to 2 decimal places. The F stands for float, and yeah, I'm gonna erase this. So for number 3, write a Python code that extracts only the first word hello from the given string hello world. I'll give you guys 3 minutes to also solve this one. Okay, time is up. Okay, so, we can do this problem in two ways. We can splice the string, but an easier way to do this problem is to use the split method. But first, we're going to create a variable called string. We're going to store this string inside the variable. And next, we're going to do print. And then we're going to use the split method. But inside the parentheses, we need to specify uh, by which character we want to split the string up. And what I mean by that is, for example, we can split up the string by spaces. We can split it up by the comma. We can split it up by any character. But in this case, since we want the string hello, and we don't want the comma, what we're going to do is we're going to split the string by the comma. And what that's going to do is it's going to create a list, uh, and it's going to contain these two strings as its elements. Um, and since we only want the first element of the list that is created, since we only want the first element, which is hello, we're going to use, uh, we're going to do square brackets and then 0 to indicate the 0 index of the list. And that's going to give us hello, hopefully. Anyone have any questions? Okay, if not, I'm going to move on to the next problem. Okay, so problem number 4, write Python code that converts all strings or all characters in the given string Python to uppercase. Um, you're gonna have to use a method for this, so it should be relatively easy. I'll give you guys 3 minutes to solve this one. So I'm going to read the problem again. Write Python code that converts all characters in the given string Python to uppercase. So first off, we want to create a string variable that stores the string Python, right? And next, we're just going to use dot upper. This method should turn all the characters in the variable string to uppercase characters. And there you have it. Does anyone have any questions for this one? Okay. Then I will move on to the next one. Problem number 5, write Python code to swap the first and last elements in the given list right here. I'll also give you guys 3 minutes to solve this one. Problem number 5, write Python code to swap the first and last elements in the given list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So first off, we're going to create a list. I'm going to call the variable list. And we're going to make it contain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is a Python notation that we talked about yesterday. What we can do is um, so we know that the first element has index 0 and the last element has index 4. So do we can do this. Basically, what this is saying is we're going to make the first element equal to the last element, and we're also going to make the last element equal to the first element. So what we're basically doing is we're switching the two. And then on the last line, we just print the whole list. Uh, this notation is useful because uh, when we use this, first of all, we do it in one line. And second of all, usually in other languages, we would have to create a temporary variable where we store one of the elements that we're switching. But when we're using this notation, the syntax, we can just simply switch it without creating a temporary variable. So here in the terminal, when I run the code, you can see that the first and the last elements, 1 and 5, have switched. Does anyone have any questions for this one? Okay, in that case, I'm going to move on to the next one. Problem 6. Python code to sort the given list 52719 in ascending order. So what we want is 1, 2, 5, 7, 9. I'll give you guys 3 minutes to do this one as well. Okay, time is up for this problem. So, there are several ways to do this one. Usually when we're sorting different things, we um, usually have to create like a whole method, like our own method to sort it. In this case, we can use a built-in method for lists. So create a list with the elements 52719, and we can just use the built-in method called sort, and that should sort these integers, and it should give us 12579. Oh, maybe. I'll check. So it turns out I just do sort because it's a void method, and then I print the list. This 12579. Any questions for this one? If not, since we're at the halfway mark, we've done 6 problems and we have 6 problems left. What we're gonna do is like as a mini break, I guess, I'm gonna teach you guys how to upload code in Discord. So I see that many of you guys are screenshotting your code in VS Code and then you're uploading it to Discord, which is totally fine. But sometimes when you want to like copy and paste the code that other people are uploading, it doesn't really work well with screenshots. So the way we can do this is, so let's say I'm gonna go back to. So let's say I want to copy and paste, this code into Discord. What I would want to do is, first, I'm going to do three, I don't really know what these are called, but on a MacBook, I'm not sure for other keyboards, but it's next to the number 1. It's to the left of your number 1 on your keyboard. And basically, let me zoom in a little. These ones are next to, it's to the left of number 1 on your keyboard. And you're going to do 3 of them. You're going to type 3 of them at the start and 3 of them at the end. And you can type your code right in between those three. And if you upload it, zoom out again. Oh yeah, you also have to specify Python language. And then if you upload it, it should be in like code format so that other people can copy and paste it. So if you guys want to give that a try before I move on to number 7. Okay, I guess you guys can try that on your own time in the future. But for now, we're gonna go back to the problems. Um, 7. Okay, so problem 7 reads, write Python code to extract the first element, apple, from a given tuple, apple, banana, and cherry. I'll give you guys 3 minutes to solve this one as well. Time is up. This one is relatively simple. So first, we're going to create a tuple called tuple, and like that. And then we're going to use print. We're going to write print and then tuple, and we're going to reference the first element of our tuple because we want the first element apple, and which has index 0. So if we write this, then we get apple. And I noticed that one of you are one of you guys are having trouble uploading the in Discord the way that I taught you guys. So if this is your keyboard, the character, like the apostrophe looking character that you want to type, is going to be wait, it's not zooming. Okay, it's going to be this one right here. So it's right next. It's directly to the left of the one key on your keyboard. So this one right here. Um, Here would be this one. And yeah, so type that one 3 times at the start and at the beginning. And right after the first three, you're going to type Python. And then you're going to copy and paste your code in between the Python and the last three uh, apostrophe looking things. Okay, so I'm going to go back. So that's number 7. Number 8 reads, write Python code that merges 2 tuples, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6 to produce a new tuple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're basically going to combine them. I'll give you guys 3 minutes to do this one. Okay, time is up for this one. So for this one, what we want to do is, whoops, we're going to create a variable called tuple1, 1, 2, 3, and tuple2 for the second one that they give us, 4, 5, 6. And we just want to print tuple1 plus tuple2, and that should give us the new tuple, which combines the two tuples. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Any questions? If not, I'm going to move on to number 9. Number 9 reads, write Python code to extract the value of banana from the given dictionary. And we just learned about dictionaries just now at the start of the class. So hopefully you guys remember how to do this. And this is the dictionary that you want to use. So you want to output 5. I'll give you guys 3 minutes. Okay, time is up for this one. So write Python code to extract the value of banana from the given dictionary. So if you remember what I taught you at the start of class, I'm going to call the dictionary dict, and I will copy and paste the dictionary that they give us. And to extract the value of banana, which is 5, we have to do dict, and we use the same square brackets that we use to refer to the index of like lists and strings, except since there aren't any indexes for dictionaries, you only have keys. So we're gonna write banana between the two square brackets, and that's gonna refer to the this key value pair. So it's gonna print 5, uh, and it prints 5 the terminal. Um, for this one, okay. I'm gonna move on to number 10. Write Python code that adds orange or to the given dictionary. It's the same dictionary as the previous problem. I'll give you guys 3 minutes for this one as well. For problem 10. Um, okay, so write Python code that adds orange for to the given dictionary. So, like the previous problem, we want to create a dictionary, call it dict. It's the same dictionary as previous problem. And to add orange to add this key value pair, we're going to do dict orange equals 4. And by referencing to this new key value pair, we're adding this key value pair into the existing dict dictionary. And we're setting it equal to 4. And so if we do print dict, then it should print the updated dictionary with the key value pair orange 4. And we see that it has been added. Does anyone have any questions for this one? Okay, if not, I will continue moving on. So we're done with problem 10. Problem 11 reads, write Python code to find the intersection of two given sets 1, 2, 3, and 2, 3, 4. So what that means is we want to print any element that exists in both sets. So in this case, the intersection of these two sets would be 2 and 3 because 2 and 3 both exist within both sets. So I'll give you guys 3 minutes to do this one as well. Okay, time's up for this one. So we needed to find the intersection of the two given sets 1 to 3 and 2, 3, 4. The way we do that is we're going to create a set and also the second one. And there's actually a method for this. Do print set1 dot intersection set2, and this will give us the intersection of both sets as a set. So we get 2, 3. Does anyone have any questions for this one? Okay, I'm going to move on to the very last problem of this problem set. Problem number 12. Write Python code that uses and for two given Boolean values, true and false. It's 3 minutes for this one. What we want to do first is create a variable for the first Boolean value, which is true, and another Boolean variable for our second, which is false. And we need to write a code that ands the two Boolean values. So we can do print bool1 and boolean2, and this should return false. Here. Yeah, does anyone have any questions for this one? If not, there seems to be, okay, so we're done with the problem set. So there seemed to be some confusion on dictionaries, and I think I had to go through some more things for Python dictionaries. So I apologize for that. I forgot to do that. So we're going to do that. And if we have time, we're going to go through some more problems and coding that. Okay, so I went over the first page with you guys. Those were some of the very basic things. We're now going to go over how to access dictionary items. So we did this in a problem today, just now, but we're just going to go over it in detail again. So early on, we had this example of a dictionary. It was a pretty simple one, just 3 entries. And here for this line, we have a variable x, and inside the variable x, we store, we access the item model. So that would be Mustang. So the variable x would contain the string Mustang because we access the key value pair inside this dictionary. And there's another way that you can access things from a dictionary. And that's using the get method. It does the exact same thing. So if you do this, the name of the dictionary dot get and the key that you want value of, then you're gonna get the exact same result. So this line and this line basically do the same exact thing. Next, we have the keys method. And what that's going to do is it's going to return all of the keys in the dictionary, a list of all the keys. So in this example, x equals thisdict.keys. What that's going to do is it's going to return brand, comma, model, comma, year. So it's just going to give us all the keys in the dictionary. So here we have an example. So we have an example dictionary, and here we store all the keys inside of the dictionary called car. And then we print the dictionary before changing it. After printing it, we change the dictionary. We add another key value pair. So we're adding color, colon, and then white. So there would be 4 entries inside the dictionary. And if we print X again, it would get updated. So it would print brand, model, year, and also color, since we added that. Similar to the keys method, we also have a values method. where if we do x equals the name of the dictionary dot values, then we get the list of values. So in this example, we have this dictionary. If we do x equals car.values, then we would get Ford, Mustang, and then 1964. So we get a list of all the values in the dictionary. And similar to this example, if we do print, if we store it in all the values of the dictionary, we print the values, and then we add year 2020. The list of values also get updated. So instead of Ford Mustang 1964, which was printed here, when we print X again after changing it, we would get Ford, Mustang, and then 2020, since we changed it. And similar to before, if we add, instead of changing a key value pair, if we add a key value pair to the dictionary, it also gets updated when we do x equals car.values. And this is sort of like the items method is kind of like the keys method and the values method combined. It returns each item in a dictionary as tuples in a list. So it's kind of hard to explain in words. So I'm going to show an example. Here, we see if we do x equals distict.items, then we get a list of all the items inside the dictionary. So we have brand, comma, Ford in one tuple, model, comma, Mustang in the second tuple, and we have year, comma, 1964 in the third tuple, and those are just the items inside the dictionary. So that's what the items method does. So similar to the view, or not the view, the keys and the values method, if we do x equals car.items and we change the dictionary, so in this case we changed 1964 to 2020, then what we stored inside the x variable also changes as well. So the same thing happens when we add an item to the dictionary. We can also use the keyword in to determine if a specified key is present in a dictionary. This is the same keyword that we use to check whether a string is inside of another string. It's like the same exact idea. So we're able to check if the key model is in this dictionary. So here we see that if the key model is in the dictionary, which is true, then we're going to print, yes, model is one of the keys in the distinct dictionary. Does anyone have any questions for this section? Not, I'm going to move on to the next section, which is changing dictionary items. So we kind of touched on this in the section before, but we can change the value of a specific item by referring to its key name. So here we have a dictionary, and one of the items is year: 1964. But we can change the year from 1964 to 2018 by doing distinct square brackets and then we refer to the key of the value that we want to change, and then we write down the new value that we want. And we can also use the update method, which does the exact same thing. Um, so if we wanted to change 1964 to 2020 by using the update method, then we would do the name of the dictionary dot update, and then we would put in curly brackets year colon 2020. And this is going to update the dictionary so that it has year colon 2020 instead of 1964. So these two things do the exact same thing, except the years are different. But that's besides the point. Does anyone have any questions for changing dictionary items? I'm going to move on to the next section called adding dictionary items. We also kind of touched on this in the access items section. But if we want to add an item to a dictionary, then we're just going to refer to a new key, and we're going to set it equal to whatever value that we want. So if we have this dictionary and we add color colon red, then it's going to update the dictionary so that it has this key value pair as well. So if we print this, we would also get color colon red. So similar to before when we were changing items, we can also do the exact same thing by using the dot update method. So in order to do this, we would do the name of the dictionary dot update, and then we would do curly brackets, and then color colon red, or any other key value pair that you want to add. So it's the exact same thing as when you're changing an item using the dot update method. And these two things do the exact same thing. So does anyone have any questions for this one? If not, we're going to move on. The next section is remove dictionary items. So there are, okay, so we want to repeat on the adding items section. So when we're adding items, it's the exact same as when you want to change an item. So in changing items, we did we referenced the key, and then we set it equal to an arbitrary value that we wanted to set it equal to. And similar to the update method, we did the name of the dictionary dot update, and inside curly brackets, we put the key value pair. The same exact thing goes for adding items, except this time, since we're adding an item that doesn't exist in the dictionary, we're gonna reference a key that does not exist. But other than that, we do the exact same thing. So we do distinct, the name of the dictionary, square brackets, and then the name of the key that we want to add, and then the value that we want to add. And we also do the same exact thing as when we're changing an item for the update method. We do the name of the dictionary dot update, and inside curly brackets, we add the key value pair that we want to add to the dictionary. So changing items and adding items are the same. Any more questions for this one? Okay, if not, I'm going to move on to removing items. So there are several ways to remove items from a dictionary. The first is to use the pop method, which removes the key, it removes the item with the specified key name. So if we wanted to remove the model Mustang key value pair, then we would do the name of the dictionary, which is distinct in this case, dot pop, and the name of the key of the item that we want to remove. So if we did this, if we did dot pop model and then we printed the dictionary, we would only have brand, Ford, and year 1964. We can also do the pop item method, which removes the last inserted item. So if we did dot pop for this dictionary, then it would remove the last inserted item, which in this case is year colon 1964 because it comes last. So if we did that and then we printed this dictionary, then we would only get brand Ford and model Mustang. We also have another way of doing this, and that's to use the del keyword, which removes the item with a specified key name. Del is short for delete. And if we do del distinct and specify the key that we want to remove, then if we print this dictionary, then we're going to get brand Ford and year 1964. We can also use del to delete the entire dictionary. So if we do this, let's say we have this dictionary and we do del distinct, then if we try to print the dictionary, we would get an error because we deleted the whole dictionary. So we wouldn't be able to print it. So be careful to specify the item or the key that you want to delete. We can also use the clear method to empty the entire dictionary. So let's say we wanted to not get rid of the whole dictionary completely, but we just wanted to get rid of the entries or the items inside the dictionary, but allow the dictionary itself to continue to exist. Then we would use the clear method, and this time, when we do print distinct, we would not get an error because the dictionary still exists, but we wouldn't have any entries inside of it. So that's what the clear method does. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, I'm going to move on to the next one, which is looping dictionaries. So earlier in an earlier problem, I talked about how we can loop or iterate through a string without using the range function. So we can do the exact same thing for dictionaries. So instead of using the range function, or I mean, I guess dictionaries don't have indexes, so it wouldn't work anyways, but we can iterate through a dictionary by doing for whatever you want to call each item in the dictionary, and then in the name of the dictionary, then we can iterate through each key or each item of the dictionary. So, for example, if you wanted to print all the values in the dictionary one by one, you would do for x in this dict, and you would print this dict, and then square brackets, and then x. We can also use the values method that we learned from an earlier section here to return the values of the dictionary. So for x in distinct.values, we would be iterating through the list of values of the dictionary, and we would be printing each value. So these two do the exact same thing. Next, you can use the keys method to return the keys of a dictionary. So similar to the one before, but instead we're going to use the dot keys method, and what that's going to do is it's going to print each key inside the dictionary one by one. We can use the items method to loop through both keys and values. And since we're looping through two things, the keys and the values, we're going to have to do for x comma y. And x would refer to the keys inside the dictionary, and y would refer to the item or the value of the dictionary for each item pair. And so that would print these two lines of code would print the x or the keys and the values for each item. Does anyone have any questions for this one? Okay, if not, I will move on to the next one. The next section is called copy dictionaries. So you cannot copy a dictionary by typing dict1 equals dict2 because dict2 will only be a reference to dict1. And that means that changes made in dict1 will automatically also be made in dict2. So if we do dict2 is equal to dict1, then the dictionaries will not be separate items. So you cannot change one without changing the other. There are ways to make a copy. One way is to use the built-in dictionary method copy. So if we do myDict equals thisdict.copy, we would be creating a separate dictionary where we can change the key and where we can change the items without it changing the original dictionary. So they would be two separate dictionaries. Another way to copy a dictionary is to use the built-in function dict. So if you remember from the very first section, we learned that this is like the constructor method for dictionaries. But it turns out that we can also use this to copy a dictionary. If we do myDict equals dict this dict, then we're going to create a copy of this dict, and we're going to store it inside the variable myDict. So in the end, these two do the exact same thing. Does anyone have any questions for copying dictionaries? Next section is called nested dictionaries. So a dictionary can contain dictionaries. This is called nested dictionaries. So we see here, we have a dictionary called My Family. And inside that dictionary, we have three other dictionaries called Child 1, Child 2, and Child 3. So this is possible because a dictionary can contain different data types and structures. And inside the dictionary Child 1, we have name and year. And inside the dictionary Child 2, we have name and year, and the same goes for the dictionary Child 3. Um, Another way to do this is we can create three dictionaries. So in this case, Child 1, Child 2, and Child 3. And then we can uh, simply just do this outside or after the three dictionaries are made, and we would still get the same exact thing. So we would still get the nested dictionaries. So when we're accessing an item in items in nested dictionaries, we would use the same convention, syntax. So if we do print my family child 2 and then name, we would be going to the dictionary my family, and then they want to go to child 2. So we would go to the item child 2. Since child 2 is also a dictionary, we can use square brackets again to specify what item we want to access. And inside child 2, we want the name. So in the end, we would be getting this name. So we would print this name in the console or terminal. So any questions for nested dictionaries? I'm going to move on. Here we have a list of dictionary methods, built-in methods. So earlier we went over the clear method, which removes all the items in the dictionary. We also went over the copy method, which returns a copy of the dictionary. A new method is from keys, which returns a dictionary with the specified keys and values. We have the get method, which we already went over in accessing items. We have the items method, which we also went over. It returns a tuple for each key value pair. We have the keys method, which we also went over. It returns all the lists. It returns all the dictionary's keys in list form. We also went over pop. It removes the element with the specified key. We also went over pop item, which removes the last inserted key value pair. Our second new method is set default, which returns the value of the specified key. If the key doesn't exist, then it inserts the key with the specified value. We have update, which we also learned several times. It updates the dictionary with the specified key value pairs. And finally, we have the values method, which we also went over, which returns a list of all the values in the dictionary. Next, with the remaining 4 minutes that we have, we're going to go over some exercises for dictionaries. Here. So we have 5 in total. Um, okay, so number 1, use the get method to print the value of the model key of the car dictionary. So we have this dictionary, and we want to use the get method to print Mustang by referencing the model key. So put in Discord, how would you do this problem? If you guys, I don't see anything in Discord, so if you guys forgot the get method, we use the get method like this. So we would do car dot get model, and that would print the value of the model key. Next exercise, change the year value from 1964 to 2020. So this one, I don't think we're going to use the update method. So car year, and then we would change it to 2020. Next one, add the key value pair color, red to the car dictionary. So for this one, we would do car, and then we would do color equal, and then red. So this would create and then add a key value pair to the car dictionary. Use the pop method to remove model from the car dictionary. So car.pop, and then we specify which key we want to get rid of, which is model in this case. Use the clear method to empty the car dictionary. This one is easy, so we just do car.clear. This should clear all of the entries inside. So that's it for Python dictionaries. We didn't have time to go over some more problems and also go over coding bat. But I think you guys will get to do it next time. Does anyone have any questions on what we did today or any specific questions on dictionaries? Okay, well, if not, you guys are free to leave. It's, yeah, class is over.